Insects underpin everything around us, even when we don't see that. Without the full range of species out there, our society would not be able to exist as we know it. There are an estimated 5 million unknown insect species out there, as compared with 2 million species of anything already known. That invisible richness is under threat as a result of climate change, as a result of other kinds of human activity.
Les insectes sur la planète représentent près de 80%, si ce n'est pas 90%, de toutes les espèces vivantes qui ont été décrites. Mais les ressources, l'expertise en taxonomie ne sont pas suffisantes. On est en train de développer des techniques pour accélérer la description de ces espèces-là qui sont encore inconnues pour la science, mais qui existent, et mieux comprendre aussi les causes de l'effondrement de la biodiversité.
We're here in the Mount Tatumas cloud forest in Panama in order to test our AI algorithms for automated identification of insects and discovery of new species of insects. We're working with automated camera systems, which we've set up throughout the forest. During the night, they attract insects with a bright light and photograph them automatically without the need for a person to be involved. And then our algorithms and software process that data coming in from the cameras and pick out where different insects are and, so far as possible, identify them to species. We're focusing on moths, which are particularly visually identifiable and extremely biodiverse.
Every living species is a tiny cog in a giant wheel. One of the most underappreciated aspects of moths is that they're pollinators, but we just don't see it because it happens at night. The automated traps allow us to intensively survey habitats that were previously very difficult to study. Then we can take those images as references and compare them to identified specimens so that we can consider the entire moth fauna, rather than having to individually send moths off to experts to be identified. And if we can harness some of that into understanding and documenting and preserving the Earth's biodiversity, I think that's a real win for not only science, but for everyone on the planet.
With these systems, we can record a large amount of information in a relatively short amount of time, and with the help of machine learning, we can process this large amount of data and then facilitate insect monitoring at a much larger scale compared to traditional monitoring methods. We have experts from the ecology or entomology side, and we also have software engineers who make this workflow possible by building a platform for us to upload images and then do all the machine learning processing with a very user-friendly interface.
Our software system, the Antenna platform, is already being used around the world by entomologists to study nocturnal insects. We hope to continue to grow the user base and the number of use cases where this is relevant.
Il y a une volonté d'élargir le cadre conceptuel qu'on est en train de mettre en place pour accélérer la découverte, la description de nouvelles espèces vers d'autres besoins au niveau de la détection d'espèces introduites, de la détection de pestes agricoles, de pestes forestières, pour qu'elles puissent se faire en temps réel aussi et amenuiser les impacts économiques. C'est un changement de paradigme complètement. L'intelligence artificielle va permettre d'arriver à réaliser en l'espace de quelques années ce que n'importe quel entomologiste ou groupe de recherche n'aurait jamais été capable de faire à l'intérieur de l'ensemble de sa carrière, en fait.